director and CEO of various different resource companies and managed treasury funds in excess of $300 million. But as a teenager, Barbara had plans for a different career path. She wanted to be a teacher. So she enrolled in university in Montpellier, France, with the aim of becoming a French teacher. But things didn't quite work out that way, and Barbara came home without the credentials she had planned on attaining. But that's when everything changed. She took a job as a receptionist at Vancouver brokerage house C.M. Oliver and loved it. She decided to write her Canadian securities course to join the ranks of the brokers at the firm. After years of working as a broker, Barbara was offered the chance to take a fledgling junior resource company public, and she jumped at the opportunity. That led to management positions as well as a position as president and CEO of Toronto Stock Exchange listed company Essex Resources. Today, Barbara holds CFO positions in Newport Exploration and Senon Potash and participates in a host of philanthropic causes. She has also established the Barbara Dunfield International Business Competition Team Sponsorship Fund, which supports students who want to compete in international business challenges. While Barbara holds a number of demanding positions and participates in many organizations, she has a self-effacing take on her hectic schedule, saying any help she can offer is well worth a few extra hours. I am very pleased to welcome Barbara Dunfield to the stage to accept the first Influential Women in Business Award.
I'm really delighted to accept this award. There you are.
Thank you.
Okay, there's now I'm going to give it back and say thanks very much. I'm delighted to accept the award, and I thank those at SFU for nominating me. Today we're in the company of some very accomplished women, both this year's award-winning recipients and the many women in the audience. It's an honor to be among you all today. When we embark on our career and ask ourselves, is this what I want to do? And at 18, we may think we know the answer. But at 40, will it be the same answer? What influences our career choices? My career path has included many choices and influences and was anything but straightforward. When I was 18, I had my heart set on being an interior designer. I enrolled in a 5-year course in Australia. But in the first year, I realized that I wanted to be closer to my family, my greatest influence. I returned to Vancouver and enrolled at UBC, where I completed a degree in education. Typical of my generation, if you were a woman and wanted a university-qualified profession, the common career choices were nursing and teaching. I was drawn to teaching. I taught briefly and I loved it, so I decided to specialize to become a French teacher. This led me to enroll in university in France, where I quickly ran out of money before classes even started. Returning home to face a pile of student loans, I took a job with a brokerage firm simply to pay off the bills. I was immediately smitten with the energy of the business. There was a great big room, people on the phone, so many people doing so many different things at the same time, all following different companies, different deals. It was crazy, fast-paced, a bit like the racetrack. And I discovered that it was for me. So I took courses, got my broker's license, and plunged into the busy, hectic, and never-changing world of the Vancouver Stock Exchange. But after several successful years, I wondered what it would be like to have a stake in a company. I was looking for a real connection. I wanted to get involved in growing companies instead of just trading their shares. So I left the brokerage business and started a new career, corporate relations, and moved from there into corporate development. It was around that time that a colleague, Ian Rozier, offered me an opportunity to take a junior resource company public as president and CEO, and I did jump at the chance. And I joined the group that I'm still working with today. And during the past 18 years, we've been involved rather in several success stories and raised hundreds of $millions from mining and oil and gas ventures all over the world. It was a valuable experience working in different countries and commodities, but a few years ago, I decided in order to participate in corporate strategy and contribute at a high level, I needed a formal business education. I needed an MBA. Working full-time and going to graduate school was hard work, and it was definitely my career's biggest challenge. I owe thanks to Danny Shapiro, the Dean of SFU's Beatty Business School, a wonderful mentor and now a friend. Danny asked me then, why are you doing this now? I mean, you've already achieved a level of success in your career. And then he said, don't take it the wrong way, but you are a bit long in the tooth to be starting an MBA. Thanks, Danny. But I knew to participate at a higher level in a male-dominated industry, and let's face it, it is, I needed a financial designation in order to do this. What's the message? It's never too late. In fact, my MBA was more value to me later in my career, and I'm glad I waited to do it, despite Danny's advice. I did it when I found a career that I was comfortable in. I was exactly where I wanted to be. I was highly motivated, first because I had to pay for it, and secondly because I could apply my work experience objectively to the course and later my thesis, which led to the development of a BC company that raised over $750 million and created 3,000 jobs. Having said that, I see myself as someone who's never had any truly remarkable challenges. To me, a challenge is a matter of perception, and my perception of a challenge is influenced by my brother, Rob. Because when I think about challenges, I think about Rob. He's in a wheelchair, and he's here with us today. Hi, Rob. All of the things that most of us take for granted are a challenge for Rob. He can't breathe on his own. A machine does that for him. Yet despite his challenges, after his accident, Rob went on to spearhead the world's first independent living facility for respirator-dependent quadriplegics here in Vancouver, Creekview. It was there that he met his wife, Sarah, who was a nurse, and they've been married for 20 years and are raising twin girls. So my view of a challenge has been influenced by my brother, Rob. He has truly remarkable challenges. My MBA was the watershed event in my career, and to those who may be thinking at this moment about your career and think that it's too bad I never took such and such a course or such and such a designation, I come back to my message. It's never too late. Thanks again, Business of Vancouver, Simon Fraser, and friends and family.
Congratulations, Barbara. Our next presenter